zapłacili 100 zł i ktoś to zrobił dobre. Brawo dla filmu.
Absolutely amazing. I've watched this video more than 10 times and I still get goosebumps. So thanks so much for our new motion designer, Julian here. The first video out of many you will see from him, so keep an eye on our YouTube channel. Inspiring, personal, accessible and bold. This is how we describe the website and a new platform of Lisk. In 10 years' time, I would like to ask people to look back on Lisk and I want them to answer the following. They were the ones that inspired us about the blockchain potential. I would like them to say that we were personal back in the days of the ICO. Max answered every damn question regarding the ICO. Some of you know this. So personal, we have now dedicated community managers helping you out. You already saw a sneak peek. We're accessible. We're bringing blockchain down to the level where everybody can do it. And we're bold. And with bold, I mean we're different, or we try to be different than our peers. We get often back from the community that we're practicing more a traditional startup-like marketing and communication efforts. And I'm proud of this. Because we are different, we're doing it our own way. And after tonight, you will see us growing into a platform which you cannot miss the coming years. And everything we do comes down to one single goal: enabling blockchain creators. How do you enable blockchain creators? It's not only about the SDK and the tools. It goes further. It goes further than this, enabling in any kind of format. So how to do this? Well, the website we all know, the current website is fine. It served its purpose of informing people what we're up to. But it was not really something you would go back to once in a while to check out new information or to inform yourself. It's a website which is lacking information. And when I joined the team, almost a year ago now, I told Max, what is this website? I cannot do anything with this, no marketing with this. So we started the rebranding. So we say no to this. Something else I would like to say no to is this. Almost in every website nowadays, and I talk about the website in our industry, dots and lines. What is this? I don't like this. Neither hexagons, by the way. So we say no to this. Together with Tyconaut, the designers say we're not going to do it, we're going to be different, and we're going to be bold. So where do you start then if you have no benchmarking in the industry? We have benchmarking outside the industry, like Christian pointed out. We can learn from those best practices, but if you compare it to a normal banking app, if you're logged in, you're seeing your own account. And if you are looking in Explorer, you can basically see the accounts of all of us. So there's some differences. So where do you start then? We didn't know. That's why we need a Tyconaut to brief people, designers, UX experts from outside our industry to help us to get this insight. So we started with a blank canvas. We put our 4 products out there. We said those ones at least needs to be included. But we have much more than that. We have the Academy, which will be later talked about. We have the community, you guys. We have a reliable and a sturdy image. You have, of course, the decentralized application. So how does this all tie together? And it's in a certain way an infinite circle of connections between one and the other aspects of our Lisk ecosystem. Once you pass through one stage of the Lisk ecosystem, it's unavoidable to pass through the others, at least at a later point in time. They're all interconnected with each other, with Lisk in the middle, and this is what we call the Lisk ecosystem. So we gathered all those industry experts together, Taikonauten, Relevance, and we went through different stages towards our goal. And if people think that we started drawing logos once we announced the rebranding, that was not really the case. We started with user testing, getting insights from people. What is it that you're missing? What is it what you're currently experiencing with other platforms? We organized focus groups with our main stakeholders. Then we went to the drawing table, the ideation phase. Let's draw up the initial sketches. And I can tell you that we went through quite a few iterations, even to a point where we deleted the whole website we designed. We showed it to developers, we asked them, once again, can you relate to this? No. So everything went into the trash can and we started from scratch. We take quality serious, quality over speed. And this is how iterations look like. Over and over and over. And I hope with this we get some sympathy for the fact that it took long. Yes, we know it took long, but I think it was worth it. I would like to introduce you today the website and the Lisk app, the Lisk Hub now called. And for the website, I point out the homepage and the product page as two very clear examples where you can see what we did with the website. Together with Taikonauten, we went deeper into our user groups and focus groups, and we identified a funnel. 4 key stakeholders within our industry we want to serve. Because the homepage is for everybody, for all our stakeholders. Starters, developers, app commissioners, and the community. And what do I mean with starters? With starters I mean people that are not being, they didn't get introduced to blockchain yet. We have to inform them and inspire them what it is. To create a blockchain, to use a blockchain application in the future, and overall the general impression of what the blockchain entails. Developers, of course, our main target group. App commissioners, could be a developer or a CTO in a company trying to optimize the supply chain, utilizing sidechain technology. Or the community, you guys. The current community and the future community. So, exactly in this order, we designed the homepage. And there it is, the homepage. Let's have a closer look together. Of course, because everybody is super curious. This is the inspiration part, where we target the starters. We start with a video created by a top firm, video production firm in Germany called Element E, with a video which is called Create the Future, which is a different video than all those same homepage videos we have been used to see. And if I enter a website nowadays, the first thing I see is like, we are the fastest. We have the lowest fees. We have 200 million funding. We have 26 advisors. Super cool, really necessary, but let's start from the beginning. Inspiration for starters. Another moment where we take the starters and we educate them. We made designated cards or use cases or blockchain capabilities or list capabilities, and per card we pointed out 2 use cases, as you can see here. Every use case, up to 12, is supported by amazingly illustrated illustrations by the designers of Taikonauten. When we go a bit more in detail for developers, we don't go so much in detail. We stay a bit on the surface. Because after all, this is the homepage. So here we quickly address sidechain technology and what we're planning to do. Because this is interesting for developers, for JavaScript developers, but it could also be interesting for anybody in this room and at home to grasp what the core is, what we are doing, we're trying to achieve. After that, we get blockchain insights, designated cards, showcasing information and content from the academy and documentation. And then we have Max and Oliver. Something which is quite bold as well. Why is this so important? Trust in our industry is lacking. It's super important for us that you can look us into the eyes tonight, but also when you go back home and have a look at the website, and not only Max and Oliver, all the people that work on this, up to 50 people. You can look them into the eyes, you can read more about their backgrounds, where they came from, and what are their motivations to work in our industry. And lastly, the community module. A module designated for our community, showcasing our social platforms. We recently added Telegram and Discord. And there are 3 things I would like to focus on with marketing and communication, which is first of all, video production. You saw the qualities of our video team. We want to go crazy on YouTube, sharing every update in a video format. Developer update, marketing update, business updates, everything in video format, because video is in our idea much more enjoyable to look at than reading through a blog. And also events. We will have curated events for curated target groups, for beginners, all the way up to blockchain experts. And here you can see the very first upcoming event. And thirdly, the newsletter. The newsletter will be curated news for you, and you only, to keep an update, to keep updated about the Lisk developments. So let's go back to the 4 target groups: starters, developers, app commissioners, and the community. There's a sort of hierarchy involved in this. We type it out and we sat together and we said, okay, the homepage is for everybody, but not every page is for everybody. So the second page I would like to show you is the products page, which is one of the most important pages for one of the most important target groups, developers. Let's have a look. Let's start with a quote: helping you build tomorrow, because that's the essence. It's not there yet. We're getting there. Once we go down, you get introduced to a flow. What kind of flow is this? This is 4 steps. 4 steps to go from your idea all the way to the success of your decentralized application. We got from the community back. It's not very clear how the process is being designed. Where do I start as a JavaScript developer? Where do I go? What kind of products do I use? As you can see behind me, generate your own white label sidechain is the very first step for you as a developer towards the success of your blockchain application. The second step, customize your sidechain, utilizing your own code possibly. Go from sidechain to application, providing it with a user interface, for example. And then last, test, deploy, and promote your app. If you click on read me, then you can read more. So that's all nice, but those steps are being taken also by other platforms. So why do I choose Lisk above other platforms? We believe that we can coexist. There's no fear competition between different platforms. We have different approaches, different brand strategies. But with Lisk you can build better blockchains. Utilizing Node.js, modular, scalable, reliable, secure. We're highly independent. And last but not least, it should be effortless. Effortless is key to developer adoption. Nobody likes complicated documentation. Nobody likes learning a programming language. We want to make it accessible and easy. Okay, fair enough. I choose Lisk as a platform. What are the tools you have to offer? I quickly already introduced you to Lisk Commander and other products within our portfolio. The Lisk Hub, short description, introducing also non-developers to our products. All supported again with beautifully animated illustrations. Lisk core, Lisk elements, and then lastly, Lisk nano. And now I hear you think, oh listen, Lisk nano. In November we announced that Lisk nano will be discontinued together with the Explorer, because the Lisk app, at that time communicated as the Lisk app and now as the Lisk hub, already includes the functionalities of the wallet and the Explorer. But we're releasing the Lisk hub as a beta version first, so that's why we continue the support of Lisk nano for the coming months before we discontinue it. So once more, all those products together, Elements, Commander, Core, and then the management tool, Lisk hub, form together the aggregation of the SDK, which we would like to call a sidechain development kit. It features a growing collection of modules for programming your sidechain along your wishes, so it's customizable. And to end that page, a community module again, but then tailored to the needs of, in this case, developers. And here you have a sneak peek in what the rest of the website entails. Not for tonight yet. But first we go deeper into the Lisk hub. I already mentioned the Lisk hub, we release it as a beta version first. And Lisk hub is basically the first of our tools, of those 4 that is not exclusively designed for developers. Everybody should be able to use it to trade tokens, to, for example, make use of different blockchain applications. Functionalities including, for example, the wallet, transactions, voting, Explorer, the things you're currently used to, but all in a one-stop shop. This makes blockchain more accessible. People would love to interact with this, and they don't get that you should go to another website which includes the Explorer. Other functionalities which are yet not included are, for example, registering your sidechain or your dApp name, or directly get your custom token. It was already on the development roadmap back in November. Custom tokens will be later added to the Lisk hub, and instead of a lot of complexity in coding within the Lisk hub, within a few clicks with an amazing interface, you get your tokens freshly created in your wallet, and it's free for you to distribute it among your ICO participants. This is the new Lisk hub.
Lewa strona. Najpierw teraz lewa strona.
So what are the features that we implemented in the new Lisk hub? One of my favorite ones is the Lisk ID. And what is a Lisk ID? A Lisk ID is basically an address. But an address is the wrong name. It is more than an address. It's an account where you can do stuff with. In contrast to the website, which is heavily on the content side and more informational, the Lisk hub is an environment where you can do stuff. It's an application. It also doesn't look like a website. It is purely designed by us and Tycoon together that it looks and feels like an application. In the first place, it will be launched as a web app and later as a downloadable version. So what is this Lisk ID? Let's dive into the Lisk hub. This is how it looks like, the Lisk hub. And the very first functionality is creating a Lisk ID. If you randomly go around with your cursor, it aggregates all the different shapes into one single avatar. That avatar represents your unique identifier.
Dobra, ale fajnie. Dobra, ale fajnie. Pokazując właśnie kod QR.
After user testing, we came to the conclusion that security is still a problem for most of our users. Hardcore users know that they should secure their passphrase, and it's the only way to access their tokens. And I want to stretch once more here, grab the moment to emphasize the fact that storing your tokens in a nano wallet or in the Lisk Hub is by far the most secure place to store your tokens. It's by far the most secure place to store your tokens. But it's so secure that if you lose your passphrase, your tokens are gone. So that's why we emphasize on safekeeping, making sure with movements, swipe movements, for example on touchscreens, that people really stand still at the moment they know, okay, now is the moment for me to write it down. And we go a step further. We ask people to fill in the blanks. So you have to remember, if you didn't write it down or didn't copy it, you're not going to go through this stage and you don't get a nicely avatar you just created. If you do it wrong, you get directly feedback, you did it wrong. If you do it right, you get access to your nice new avatar. And there it is, perfect, we're all set. And this is how you create a new Lisk ID. And if you thought, okay, how does that work? It's based on an algorithm together designed with our front-end guys and the guys from Taikonauten, that every single Lisk avatar is unique and based on your address. And this is how they look like. Let's go to the next one. Sign in and dashboard. On the left side, you can sign in if you already have your Lisk ID, for example. In our case, most of us have already a Lisk address. In this case now, a Lisk ID. Another thing that came back from our user testing is that it's still, for people, really difficult to imagine that they should include a space between the words, and that you should not put 11 words or 13, but 12. This goes wrong very often. As you can see, if you type it wrongly, you get directly feedback. Listen, this word is wrong, and exactly this word. By having 12 fields of placing it inside, you're sure that people don't forget any word or put in too much. This reduces our support tickets significantly. Then you land on the dashboard. This is how the dashboard looks like. At the moment we have a graph showcasing the Lisk versus Bitcoin. On the right side a transfer module, and on the bottom side your activities. As a landing overview. In the right upper corner you see your unique Lisk ID, so you know you're logged in. You see the address and the timer. As I mentioned, this is more an app environment. It's not necessarily a website, although it is web-based. On the left side, again, super nicely illustrated icons for every specific feature. And on the left side, we're going to include many more and more features. How did the wallet within the Lisk Hub turn out? Obviously, on the left side, you have an indicator that you are now in the wallet. Easy as that. You have a transfer field, an overview field. This field doesn't change. You can click on a specific address or a specific Lisk ID, I have to say, and you see the details of that transaction. The timestamp, confirmations, the amount, the fee, everything within one easy overview. And because of this Lisk, unique Lisk avatar, it's easy to recognize different accounts. So if you're using several accounts, it's easier for you